Hey everyone, this is Mike Realtor Mike with TD Realty, and we're here for another episode of Realtor-ish. But as I mentioned before, every Thursday I'm doing a new segment here we call Small Business Thursdays, where I'm just highlighting uh, a new entrepreneur or another small business owner, and letting them highlight their business. As I mentioned before, I'm a small business owner as well, so it's always good to just get the ideas and just hear from others and see how they're building their business and their brand. So I have Zoe with call Zoe, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what she does.
Awesome. Hi, great to be here. My name is Zoe Minch. I'm with Call Zoe LLC. I'm a transaction coordinator and marketing specialist in Texas and across the country. We have a team of about 15 now who specialize in transaction coordination for realtors just like you.
Yeah.
We take everything from contract to close, and then we have a separate team that handles marketing for agents every single day of the week all across the country.
Good, good, good. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I've heard great things about your business, and you do a wonderful job. I haven't heard anything bad, so that's great. So you mentioned a little bit the transaction coordinator for the people that are not familiar with that, or even for some realtors who are starting off. Can you explain a little bit about what exactly you do as a transaction coordinator?
Absolutely. The most important thing about a transaction coordinator for the realtor side is getting you paid on time. It's making sure that every single document from the start to the finish gets where it needs to go, where it needs to be exactly on time, so that you're paid at closing rather than waiting on your check, wondering which piece of paperwork you forgot along the way, which is really easy to do, especially when you got as many transactions I know you have. We got
Yeah.
going working all at the same time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Definitely want to have those funds available as soon as
yeah,
possible. Um,
yeah.
so you mentioned that you have a team of 15. Did it always start off at 15, or how did you?
Oh gosh, no. I was a market center coordinator for quite some time over in Texas, and then I decided to step back into my more traditional role of working one-on-one with real estate agents. It's really where my passion is. And now we've grown from just myself hanging out on my mom's couch, hoping that everything would go well, to now we have a team of 15 in, I think we're at 5 or 6 states now that we're physically located in. And we have different vice presidents for each branch of the company. So really excited that we keep growing based on the 5-star reviews that we get and seeing how much our agents appreciate our service. Then we've started to diversify into things that they needed. Like we had some agents who really needed to send postcards for their new listings that had just gone live or gone under contract. So we opened a print shop,
Oh
took
wow,
care of it.
oh wow, that's really, yeah, thinking outside the box, and like I said, just bringing something a new spin to everything there. So that's good. That's really good. Um, So no, of course, us being small business owners, we have our struggles that we deal with, and everything. But before I even go on with struggles, what motivated you or got you going on this? I know you said you wanted to go back to doing what you do best, but what was the motivation?
The number one motivation was I took Quantum Leap, which is a program from KWKC, and they sparked that passion inside that said, okay, I can do this. Because the number one thing as a small business owner that we know is that the only way we're going to guarantee a paycheck is if we go get it. So
True.
instead of relying on someone else's business to pay me and working for their business, now I have my own business where I get to support even more people, but it's still on me to bring home a paycheck, and I can't get fired.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now, the way the pandemic is, unfortunately, you got a lot of individuals who are, losing their job, and other small businesses, and just can't keep up, and they're closing down. Hell, even major corporations are downsizing. So, yeah, sometimes the best thing is just to take a leap of faith, and just you say quietly, but take a leap of faith, really, and just
Exactly.
betting on yourself. So definitely understand that. Um, what have been some of the struggles that you had to go through in order to, like I said, get to 15 employees right now? I mean, me myself, I'm having a hard time with just me, but I'm still able to do it. But how are you able to? What is the struggles of trying to, of course, keep your personal time and also build your brand in your business?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you that I've got plenty of personal time and that I make a habit of taking that time, but really I have to calendar that. It's literally written on my calendar when I will not be in the office. Especially since we are 24/7, 365 for our transaction coordination side. I'm always available via phone call. So while I'm still doing my own personal time during those hours, I can get a phone call at 3 a.m. because there's someone who works part time as a realtor and part time as a nurse, and then hop on the phone with them. So
Mm.
that part's always going to be a struggle. But we launched in August of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh wow.
So it's, yeah, we just kind of hopped on the struggle bus and just kept going. We have a fantastic team of people who are, they've got my back, and I feel really safe with them because we built our business specifically on culture and people
Yeah.
who fit in that culture. So we had a couple of people who shook loose, who didn't really fit our model, but everybody who's here right now is so tight and so devoted to our agents and making sure that they have a 5-star experience that I really don't have as many difficulties as you would expect because I have the right people in the right places on that bus.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you mentioned, like you said, having people that were the right fit. Yeah, and I completely understand that because even as a realtor, like I said, yeah, you want to go there and go get it, but sometimes you have to have the right fit when it comes to um, me being the person's realtor and just that person being a client of mine, whether they are a
Yeah.
seller or a buyer. Because sometimes it just doesn't mesh sometimes, and
Yep.
I'm trying I try my best to be that realtor for everyone here, but sometimes I'm not somebody's cup of tea and everything. So I noticed that you mentioned that there, and that I stand by that same motto as well too. Completely understand. Now you good. One of the things you mentioned was 24/7. How are you able to do that? Because I get burnt out when it's like 5 o'clock, but I have a pending offer, so I'm like, oh geez, I do gotta take this call.
It's not something I recommend for everybody. I definitely don't recommend it for everyone. The vast majority of people and the vast majority of time, you're not going to be doing things at 3 and 4 a.m. You really don't need to be, especially for a real estate agent. If you're doing something at 3 or 4 a.m., that better be your choice because your client should not even be awake at that time. The only people that we're working with at that kind of an hour are specifically because they're working 2 jobs. They're doing their real estate business only on weekends or only part time, really late at night, and they still need to be able to get in touch with their transaction
Yeah,
coordinator. Or if something goes wrong, if something goes south, especially during the current situation in Texas where we had horrible weather for such a long time, we had listings that were flooding. It, you can't just
yeah,
not be there.
exactly,
So
exactly.
it
Yeah,
worked out.
yeah. I mean, being available there, like I said, 24/7, because you got transactions that, I mean, people think that real estate sleeps. It actually doesn't. Some deals get done really by before midnight. So completely understand, especially when you got deadlines, which we have all the time. So, whew, yeah, completely understand that. Um, so before we really kind of wrap up here, I know you're, like I said, you're in several states here. Um, Can you tell me about a unique situation or a transaction or maybe a difficult realtor you were working with? And kind of like, how did you get past that situation?
We always look forward to agents who have transaction coordinators as well, whether it's us on the other side or literally anyone. So the only funny stories we have are from agents who are running it on their own and they're trying their absolute best to do what they can with what time they have. But a couple of deals, even on multi-million dollar properties, I'm talking 3.1, $3.3 million properties, agents have just been not able to find time to send us a single document. So we've had to give them a call again, and then another call again, and then shoot them a text, and then call them again. And
Mm.
eventually they give up and say, can you just go ahead and hop on board and just fix it? And I'm like, okay. We become the other side of the deal. So that's usually the funniest that we run into. Other than that, it's just scary things that we come across. We come across people who either we've had a few deals where people have passed away during the deal, and we have
Oh
one
wow,
agent who has had 3 in a row, and we love her to death. But good goodness,
my goodness.
it just probate is not fun.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not. No,
That's the
not at
horror
all.
story side of transaction coordination. Is sometimes deals go from we're closing in a month to we'll close when you find all the heirs and they sign if
I
they sign.
had a list. It had a short sale listing that was very similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't something um I would like to do again, but if it
Yeah.
happens, it happens. So for a realtor like myself that they we want to get in contact with you or no, not really just getting, you'll say, yeah, get in contact with you, but kind of how does the process work? Do we seek you out first? Do we seek do we get you on before we put the offer on the table? Kind of how does everything work?
It's always best to get us involved as quickly as possible because then we're able to help. So whether it's starting from the get go with, hey, I met someone who's willing to sign something.
Hmm.
Let's go. Let's get them under contract with you. We want to make sure we got a buyer rep agreement or a listing agreement with you now. That way it's
Absolutely.
your client. You got your files covered.
Hmm.
But we can hop in at any time, honestly, whether that's a deal that's under contract, already closed, hopefully not, but I've had a few where it was like, I just need to get paid, figure it out. Like,
Oh
oh
wow.
no, this closed how long ago? But from any moment we can get started, and there's no contract to work with us. It's just an as is basis. It's like hiring a photographer for a listing. If you
Gotcha.
like us on one but don't need us on another, we're here whenever you're ready. And we just need login information to get into wherever we need to get into to get you
Hmm.
paid on time, and contact info for the client. And then we run alongside you the whole way. You're always CC'd, or if it's a text message, you're always group texted in, and that way you know everything that's happening from start to finish. So you know what we've got, what we're missing, if we're going in the right direction, and what more
Okay.
we'll need to get closed.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 So for the individuals out there, or for the realtors out there, what is the best way to get a hold of you and your team and everything, or set or book an appointment, or however, just get a hold of you?
It's always best to start with a Zoom call. That way I can actually see who I'm working with and we can figure out what the needs are based on that and what the style of it is. We do brand specific to the client. So it's whether there's a specific tagline or a specific just way of presentation that the agent has, we want to match that because we're part of the team.
Okay.
So best is always to either text or email. My phone number is 972-454-0654. And then my email is Texas, the state, at callzoe.com. TEXAS at call, CALL, Zoe, ZOE.com.
Okay, great. Well, Zoe, I appreciate you, hopping on with me. I know there's uh, tons of realtors out there that wish they had a transaction coordinator, or wish they just had some extra hands when it comes to doing deals, especially right now in the
Yeah.
seller's market right now. It is, especially in DFW, it's crazy right now. So, I mean, I'm like moving my hands like I'm an octopus and stuff, but
How y'all do it?
yeah, I lack of sleep. That's how we do it. No, but yeah, but you're 24/7. But I do appreciate you coming on and just talking about your business and the struggles of how you build your brand as well too. So for everyone out there, if you need a transaction coordinator, is always the lady for you. For everyone else, if you are looking to purchase or sell a home, name is Mike. This is episode of Realtor-ish. Tune in every week, especially on Thursdays. We got Small Business Thursdays, but tune in for our other episodes where we're just talking about anything that's real estate related. All right. Everyone have a good day. See you on the next episode.